So here is a person, he covers the entire gamut of human action. A jnani is one who performs all actions, like any one of us. The only difference is, he is objective. He understands that things operate in the world. So with this verse, we enter the second topic, their approach to action. There means yogi, sannyasi and jnani. Krishna doesn't speak about the bhogis. He's at too high a level to come down to the level of a bhogi. He just doesn't understand what makes a bhogi tick. So these three categories. When he describes a jnani, what you have to understand is, a jnani has the freedom to operate with the body, mind and intellect like any one of us. But he also has the freedom to retreat into the realm of Atman, Brahman, to which we have no access whatsoever. It's like, once you have become an adult still has the capacity to enjoy the thrills of childhood. You're an adult, you can play with a 3-year-old child and enjoy yourself thoroughly. Is that not true? You can maybe go to a movie with a teenager, go for dinner and enjoy the life of a teenager and that of an adult. But a child does not have. A child is stuck only with childhood joys. Similarly, we are like spiritual children. We can only enjoy what the body, mind and intellect offers to us. We have no clue what the realm of the spirit has to offer. And therefore we reject it. We reject it, and in rejecting, we are rejecting the most valuable thing out of ignorance. It is like, in South Africa once, there was a farmer and he heard that there were diamonds in South Africa. So he sold his farm and went in search of diamonds. He died a bankrupt person, poverty-stricken person. The man who bought his farm from him found a curious-looking stone, fairly large, and put it on his mantelpiece. So once when a visitor came to him, the visitor looked at it and he jumped out of his skin. He said, "Where did you get this from?" So the farmer is saying, "What are you getting so excited about? This is just a piece of stone. There are plenty there in my farm." And that turned out to be the biggest diamond reservoir in South Africa. So the original farmer, it's not that he wasn't rich. It's not that he did not own that diamond farm. It's simply that he did not know. And in his ignorance, he rejected it and died a pauper. This is you and me. We are sitting on this, the most valuable diamond, so to speak. And we don't know it. So we reject it. We ignore it. We set it aside and go running after trifles, little insignificant, petty things of life. So what must we do? What is of essence is to gain knowledge. Knowledge of that which is most valuable, that which you already possess. You don't need to go looking for it. You have it, you just need to tap into it. That's all. And while you're doing it, while you gain knowledge, it's a slow process. Live life the way you want to live life. Go out and party if you want to. Go shopping if you want to. Do what you like. But don't forget to gain knowledge. And this knowledge, as we said yesterday, is embodied entirely in the Bhagavad Gita. The uniqueness of the Bhagavad Gita is it takes you from a very low state that you may be at. You may be a bhogi, but it picks you up from there and takes you to the heights of perfection. There is no other text that does that. The Upanishads start at a very high level. Other texts go into technical details to such an extent that by the time you finish with it, you are exhausted. Bhagavad Gita, simple. It just speaks the truth and simply. And that is what appeals. So, this knowledge is what matters. Now, here is a jnani. All the activities of a human being are covered. The only difference is you and I are involved in the activities. He is totally detached, totally objective, because he has identified with Atman, and once he recedes into the realm of Atman, he sees what you and I should be seeing but we don't see, which is sense organs will get attracted to sense objects. Perception will go on. The body will act, it must act. The mind has emotions, it will interact with the world emotionally. And the intellect is in the realm of ideas and ideologies. All this will go on. All this is a function of Prakriti, matter, vasanas. Vasana is the source of all of this, not of Atman. And I am Atman is the distinction that he is firmly convinced of. And so therefore he watches, like the way you and I go to a movie and watch what's happening in the movie. When you watch a movie, you may know that it is a murder thriller. You may know that another movie is a horror movie. You may know a third movie is a tragic movie. Knowing that, you go and watch it. And you enjoy it. What is the secret of the enjoyment? If that horror were to happen in real life, would you like it? No. If you were anywhere around that murder scene, involved in that murder, in any way affected by the murder, would you be happy? No. But how is it that you watch a movie and you're enjoying it? Even how? Detached, yes. Detached means you know you are apart from the movie. And the movie is only a projection on the screen. If you don't know this, like sometimes a little child is taken to a movie and before the main movie starts, the documentary shows a tiger pouncing and the child is afraid. Child is not able to distinguish between the two. So the child covers and says, no, I don't like this. I want to go away. And then the main movie starts. So when the child is saying that, the mother looks at the child, hey, what a silly thing you are. Don't you know it's only a movie? Gyan the mother gives the child. But when the main movie starts and it's a tragic movie, and within a few minutes, the mother starts crying. So the child looks at the mother, very loudly the child says, but mummy, why are you crying? Don't you know it's only a movie? So how far does your objectivity go is the question. In a movie also if you get affected, then how will you conduct yourself outside? So objectivity is the secret of enjoyment. Objectivity is the secret of success. When you're objective, when you're able to distinguish clearly. Therefore, he uses the word tattvavit. First of all, yuktaha. How do you become objective? Yuktaha, you must be united to the truth, united to Atman, united to the higher. If Atman is too far-fetched for you, when you're united to means attached. When you're attached to the higher, only then you can be detached from the lower. Isn't it? So, the first qualification is yuktaha. You must be united to something higher, something nobler, something beyond your selfish, self-centered interests, something beyond the mundane, routine activities that you're engaged in. This is of the essence. And once your mind soars above the little petty things that are going on in the world, then you become objective. then you understand. Just as fuel in all cars is the same. Petrol in all petrol-driven cars is the same. But the performance of the car depends on the engine through which the petrol is functioning. So, in a Maruti, small, what is it called? Alto, the performance is small, minimal. And then you have a medium-sized car like a Honda City, and it's fairly good. And then you have a racing car, brilliant performance. So, at a signal, if you have these 3 cars in 3 lanes standing there at the red light, and the light turns green, that's where you see the difference in the performance. The racing car just zooms away. The medium car, it takes a little while. And this small car, Alto, before it starts moving, the other 2 cars have gone way ahead. Similarly, electricity in all electrical gadgets is the same. Electricity, it is the same electricity that functions through a heater to cause heat, functions through a computer to display intelligence, functions through a freezer to create cold, functions through various gadgets, and the performance is different. But electricity by itself per se is neither heated, nor is it intelligent, nor is it frozen, nor does it move. Electricity is electricity. And therefore, one who knows yuktaha and is tattvavit, knows the essence. Essence of what? The difference between petrol and the engine. Difference between electricity and the functioning of the gadgets. Understands the difference between Atman and the functioning of the body, mind and intellect. Such a person, when all these activities are taking place, he doesn't get involved, he's thoroughly and totally objective, watches what is happening, Sakshi Bhav, like a witness, saying, I do nothing at all. He takes the stand of Atman. Atman does nothing but enlivens and empowers and enables the whole universe to function. That Atman you are, that Atman a jnani has become. He views everything like an actor plays various roles. The same actor may play the role of a noble king in one movie, a vicious villain in another movie, a psychopathic killer in the third movie, an alcoholic in a fourth movie, a teetotaler and a sage in the fifth movie. Whatever roles he plays, those roles do not impact on the personality of the actor. The actor is who he is, will remain who he is. The roles have no impact on him whatsoever. Similarly, the screen on which a movie is projected, a flood may be projected, the screen doesn't get wet. A fire may be projected, the screen doesn't burn, the temperature doesn't go up even by 1 degree. And there may be blood and gore, the screen is unaffected. And that difference, if you are able to perceive. So, how do you start? Objectivity comes with just the strength of the intellect. We saw yesterday the function of the intellect is very important in the world to achieve success and happiness, and in the spiritual field, even more important. Intellect consists of 2 kinds. One, gross intellect, which operates and distinguishes between pairs of opposites in the world. The subtle intellect or the conscience, which distinguishes between the higher and the lower, between right and wrong, between the terrestrial and the transcendental, between the world and Atman. If you don't have these two, this gross and the subtle intellect, you cannot reach Atman. You can't exist in the world, you can't get to God. Very important. And all this is developed through the study of Vedanta. So a jnani's attitude to action is complete detachment. He's totally in the world, yet completely out of it, like Krishna. Take a look at Krishna's life. He had the most horrific life. Born in a prison. The day he was born, he was separated from his natural mother and brought up by adoptive parents. Right from the time he was born, he was hounded by demons and monsters and his own uncle who was plotting to kill him. None of us have any of these challenges. None of us were anywhere near what Krishna faced. Yet, right from childhood onwards, he had to defend himself. He took upon the mantle of taking care of people, whether it was holding the Govardhan mountain or helping Arjuna in the Mahabharata war, or various stories of Krishna. He was very active, very efficient, very productive, totally dependable, yet completely detached, totally out of it. So in his life, never mind his message, in Krishna's life itself, there is such a teaching for all of us. So a jnani acts in this manner. What about a sannyasi?